Hello, dear students. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to our online classes. In today's lesson, we are having art and we're going to learn about Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, let's start. This is Leonardo da Vinci. We also call him a Renaissance inventor because he lived in the Renaissance age, and not only he was a painter, he was also an inventor. Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was an artist, scientist, and inventor who lived in Italy in Vinci. The Da Vinci in his name means in Vinci. He was born in 1452 and died in 1519. This time period in Europe is advances we known as Renaissance. It was a time when many advances were made in education, science, art, literature, and music. A Renaissance man. Da Vinci is sometimes called a Renaissance man. This is because he was a master of many different areas. He was an expert painter, sculptor, architect, engineer, scientist, inventor, and a writer. Leonardo da Vinci is considered by many people to be one of the most intelligent people of all time. Leonardo da Vinci's work. The Mona Lisa may be da Vinci's most famous painting. It is on display in the Louvre Museum in France. Some consider it to be the best known and most visited work of art in the world. We have another painting of Leonardo da Vinci that is very famous beside Mona Lisa, and which is The Last Supper. This painting is also extremely famous and well known. Da Vinci is also famous for his sketches of his inventions. So he wasn't only a painter, he also was an inventor who did sketches for inventions. This sketch is one of his helical air screw. This is what we are talking about, helical air screw, which was a flying machine. It was designed to work in a similar way to a modern-day helicopters. Da Vinci sketched many other designs for inventions, including a Da Vinci suit and a machine gun and an armored chariot. Anatomy, or the structure of the human body, was another of Da Vinci's interests. He wanted to understand how the human body worked and made thousands of pages of notes and sketches. Scientists today recognize that Da Vinci's work was hundreds of years ahead of its time. Okay, now let's read these statements and decide whether they are true or false. Da Vinci was a master in many different areas, including painting, sculpture, and engineering. Leonardo da Vinci's painting, The Last Dinner, is at the Louvre Museum in France. Da Vinci lived in Italy. So the first one is correct. The second one is not correct. His famous painting Mona Lisa is in the Louvre Museum in France, and he also lived in Italy. Okay, now let's recap. Leonardo was Italian and he lived during the Renaissance time that led to important development in science and art. Leonardo da Vinci was very talented. He was a great artist, engineer, writer, musician, and mathematician. His famous work include The Last Supper and Mona Lisa. He was born in 1452 and died in 1519.
Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was born on April 15, 1452, in the Tuscan town of Vinci, Italy. He started school at age 5 and quickly exhibited great artistic ability. At age 14, Leonardo became an apprentice to the renowned Florentine painter Andrea del Verrocchio. In Verrocchio's workshop, Leonardo perfected many technical skills and had the opportunity to learn drafting, chemistry, metallurgy, plaster casting, leatherworking, mechanics, and carpentry, as well as the artistic skills of drawing, painting, sculpting, and modeling. By 1472, at the age of 20, Leonardo qualified as a master in the Guild of St. Luke, the Guild of Artists and Doctors of Medicine, but his attachment to Verrocchio was such that he continued to collaborate with him. In 1482, Leonardo entered into service for the Duke of Milan, where he worked for 17 years. During that time, Leonardo was commissioned to paint the Virgin of the Rocks for the Confraternity of the Immaculate Conception and the Last Supper for the monastery of Santa Maria delle Grazie. But Leonardo's astonishing works were not exclusive to arts, but included advanced plans for military weapons such as tanks, war vehicles, and even submarines. He even drew up plans for a helicopter-like machine. During this time, he also began his studies on human anatomy and sketched the famous Vitruvian Man, also known as Proportions of Man. In 1498, Leonardo completed the Last Supper, a biblical scene showing Jesus and the apostles. The Last Supper remains one of the most valuable works in the world. 1 year later, Leonardo left the Duke's service after the Duke fell from power, and in 1503, he began working on probably the most renowned painting in world history, the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci died at Clos-Lucé, France on May 2, 1519, after some years working for the King of France. As of today, he is still considered one of the great geniuses and visionaries of all time, and his Mona Lisa is viewed at the Louvre Museum in Paris by thousands of visitors.
Okay, students, that's the end of our lesson today for Leonardo da Vinci. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please ask in the comments if you have any questions. Take care and see you next lesson.